Do you wonder why people's bodies, including your own, can quite often feel discombobulated? Well, today we're talking about 7 hidden habits that are wrecking your hormones, quite possibly without you even noticing. Well, they're wrecking your hormones without you noticing. However, you may well be feeling the discombobulation of this modern, industrial, chemical, unnatural experience and lifestyle. So, what are the things that are most unnatural in our world and that are disturbing our bodies, disturbing our hormonal system, disturbing our endocrine system, which is our glandular system? Each of our main organs is paired with a gland that most closely correlates with the energy body, with the light spectrum, and can easily be thrown off by all of the synthetic chemical carcinogens. What are they? Let's cover them right now. So, processed food intake. These things can't even be called food. They're processed food products that aren't, anything can be edible. That French guy in the 80s ate a Cessna airplane, a train carriage, multiple TV sets, cars, all sorts of things. Just because you can eat something doesn't mean it is a natural, nourishing, enjoyably digestible food. Now, it can be made delicious and be told it's a food product. It's very easy to make something delicious to hit people's subconscious primal desire, calling for calories on a reptilian fight or flight survival mode. Just throw a bunch of sugar and a bunch of oil and a bunch of salt, and people are like, yummy, this is delicious. It really doesn't require a lot to make people go, this is really delicious and satiating. Oh, I just got the biggest calorie bomb stimulation ever. Oh, that's delicious. With a bit of salt, some herbs and spices, and wham. It really doesn't take much. There's tasty food, or there's food that people are addicted to that they think is tasty all over the place. People are not dying from a shortage of that. They're dying from a hyperabundance of that. And they're not just dying, they're degenerating miserably. So, let's be healthy, y'all. So, what are the main culprits in food? Well, processed fats, the worst of which are seed oils. Everything, all the plastics essentially, sold as oil that go into your margarines, let alone people might think they're having, I'm having a really healthy, I'm only cooking with organic sunflower oil or organic canola oil or organic vegan butter. Those refined into an oil. No other creature eats oil that's squeezed out of tons of plant matter to squeeze out the oil, and then they just mainline the oil. It's gonna disrupt things. It's gonna sludge things up. Just remember, your body is a plumbing system, and way more sophisticated, way more magnificent, way more alive than a dead plastic or lead pipe plumbing situation. You're just made of pipes. Every one of your 100 trillion cells is a pipe, and they are all connected into organs and glands as a network of larger and larger pipes or rivers and flows. And throwing any oil in there, whether it's cooked oil, let alone fried oil, even raw oil, to different degrees, oil sludges and gunks things up. You've all seen pictures of plumbing, of drains that are clogged with oil. You probably all experienced clogged pipes and drains yourself. I'm not talking about the ones in your body, although the outer ones are probably a symbol of that, a manifestation of that. So, oil, you've ever tried to clean some oily, greasy mess up, you got to use a lot of detergent. You got to use a lot of elbow grease. That stuff is grimy, greasy. Do we want to be greasy or do we want to be fresh, wild, and feeling fruitful, abundant, flowing, vitality? Well, oils slow that down, which is not to say that good fats are fantastic and the best fats are fruit fats like avocado, like olive, whole olive, and whole avocado, not just olive oil and avocado oil. Whether they're cold pressed, extra virgin, or whatever, organic. Fresh olives, fresh avocados, and fresh high quality seeds. Medicinal, nourishing, mineral rich seeds like poppy seed, like milk thistle seed, the greatest thing for your liver. Like sesame, brown, natural, unhulled sesame, rather than white sesame, and black sesame that have amazing quality and quantity of calcium amongst many other things. Great fat. Other great fats include hemp seed, coconut. There are a bunch of others. Yeah, we can't overdo nuts. I'm not recommending nuts here. If you ever eat nuts, the best and way that discipline that nut usage is to only eat nuts that you have shelled yourself, because nuts are in a shell to keep them fresh, and when they're taken out of a shell, it may be super convenient, but those things aren't fresh. And if you end up with some because you're making some big recipe, whenever you buy your nuts, check how fresh they are and keep them in the freezer till you use them, because those things go rancid really easily. They can be really acidifying. Okay, so that touches on a few things here, because if we don't take care of the healthy fats, well, it will mess with our insulin levels, spiking them. It'll mess with our hormones, our estrogen and our testosterone. So focus on whole fruit fats, whole plant and seed fats, and rather than refined sugar, why settle for that? When the greatest carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate, most easily digested, beautiful, colorful, tasty, fresh, revitalizing, simple carbohydrates are available with Upteen Life Force, fresh living waters, minerals and vitamins. What am I talking about? Yeah, you guessed it, baby. Fruit. Be fruitful. Eat fruit. The best, highest quality, most delicious, ripe fruit you can, and eat it smart. Which means don't eat loads of fruit after a really heavy meal. Don't eat loads of fruit at the end of a day of heavy meals. Start the day with fruit. Start the meal with fruit. I encourage minimum 3 pieces of fruit per mealtime to start the meal. If not the whole meal of fruit and smoothies. And yes, you can add mineral-rich wild foods to all of that fruit, whether it's fresh wild foods or dried wild food powders. Okay, next up, exposure to endocrine disruptors. The endocrine system is another name for your glandular system and where all your hormones are produced and housed. So, what disrupts our endocrine system? Synthetics. Artificial, carcinogenic, low energy, acidifying synthetics. Synthetic clothes, plastics, synthetic fragrances, all that stinky stuff that you're like, this is fragranced toilet paper. These are fragranced candles. This is fragranced XYZ. This beauty product has fragrance in it. All that fragrance is synthetic stuff that messes up your hormones, your endocrine system. Stay away from everything labeled fragranced. The only fragrance you're meant to be getting is the fresh, living gifts of paradise that the Creator has created. Real, delicious smells. And we should be smelling really delicious, not rotting essentially from being full of toxins and then needing to put some fake fragrance to cover that up that just doubles it and increases the dysbiosis and feeds the pathogens. So what else? Thermal receipts from tills at shops. Those little thermal receipts, don't accept them, don't touch them. Say thank you. That can go in the rubbish. Would you like a receipt? No thanks. Because those things have, I can't remember what it is. It's at least 10 times, it could be as much as 100 times or more much BPA than is in a plastic bottle. And we're told, oh, well, these plastic bottles are BPA free. Well, that's great. Your plastic bottle is BPA free. It'd be even better if it wasn't made from synthetic plastics. It'd be better if it was made from hemp plastic. And that's great. But if you're touching thermal receipts whenever you buy something from a shop, and there's quite possibly 10 to 100 plus times as much BPA in there just from touching that thing, it's all right. Thanks. You can keep it. You want to accuse me of shoplifting the shop because I don't have a receipt? Okay, if you've got to buy something and you're concerned you might return it, it's a high value item. Put that thing in a book or something, in a clean, fresh, proper piece of paper, and file it away. But don't be touching those receipts all the time, let alone sorting through your receipts. That's something that can go to digital, and then until they learn to do some printer receipts that aren't super toxic. Okay. Of course, limit our exposure to all synthetic chemicals, plastics, putting your food in plastic all the time, cooking your food in plastic all the time, cooking your food in aluminium, cooking your food in microwaves, cooking your food in Teflon, cooking your food in an air fryer that you're told is healthier. Yeah, there might be less fried oil in there, that's fantastic. But what other antimony and heavy metals are in there, and the coating and the lining on those things? Yeah, they could make a healthier version. And going back to basics, either enjoying eating raw food or some cast iron or some high grade stainless steel cookware, like 18:10 ratio stainless steel. Okay, next up, number 3, chronic stress. Too many of us are settling for too much of that stuff. We don't need to be. Yes, some stress will help us grow, will help us strengthen our muscles, will help us strengthen our mind. But chronic stress all the time is just like jacking up our hormones, distorting everything, making us cuckoo. So, let's sort out some mental peace, some calmness, some higher consciousness. So, some stress reducing and managing techniques and practices like meditation, both active meditation. Yeah, that's your gymnastics, your swimming, your dancing, your martial arts, your yoga type of stuff to strengthen the body and reduce stress and find your center and calm. Active meditation, that is, to be moving in an active meditative state. And of course, calm, passive, tranquil, peaceful meditation. Fantastic. Finding your center with your breath, focusing on feelings of gratitude and appreciation for all your dreams already coming true, and basking in the energy field and the feelings of paradise from the inside out, which is its true source. This is meditation. So, next up, sedentary degenerative inertia. What is that? Sedentary degenerative inertia. That's not moving your body. And not moving our body, well, what's the point having body? If you want to go upload your brain onto the computer and think you can transcend having a physical body and have some kind of meaningful experience as a cyborg, then please go ahead. Maybe do your research first, see if that's really going to be fulfilling and satisfying, whether that's really in alignment with the greatest wisdom and intelligence of creation. Maybe appreciate the miracle that you are and the miracle that your body is, as well as you, the heart and soul and the essence. So a lack of physical activity will lower your testosterone, will lower your insulin resistance, which is going to lead to imbalances of your metabolic regulating hormones. So engage in daily physical activity to your greatest capacity possible, even if that's just a couple of good 45-minute walks outside. I don't think there's a greater exercise on earth than 2 45-minute walks a day outside in fresh air. Now, once you've mastered that as a baseline, you can turn those into jogs and runs and yoga and climbing and everything, but do not settle for less than 2 45-minute walks a day outside in the fresh air. I mean, we came here to thrive. There's no way we're thriving without that. Why would we want to thrive without being at one with the miracle of creation? To be feeling alive, in harmony with the elements, with the mineral kingdom, the elemental kingdom, the plant kingdom, the mushroom kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human kingdom, the air, fire, water, and earth, the sunshine, the stars. Like, being inside, there's so much more toxicity in our homes than outside of our homes, even if we live in a smoky city, let alone out in beautiful nature. The levels have been tested at a minimum 3 times more toxic inside the home than outside, to up to 300 times more toxic inside the home than the outside the home. From all the chemicals that are sprayed on our sofas, our beds, our products, our synthetic things, our paints, the insulation, all kinds of things that are in the house. Chemicals, lacquers, get outside. Want to know what's disrupting our hormones? Being inside all the time. So make your movement, make your fresh air, make your joy and your ecstasy outside. Make your creativity outside. Make yourself at one with paradise. Okay, so daily physical activity. And what else can lead to daily physical activity? Keeping your home ecstatically vibrant. Keeping our homes ecstatically vibrant. Yeah, I just said that. Keeping your home ecstatically vibrant. That's the way our homes are meant to be. Ecstatically vibrant. What am I saying? Keep our house beautiful, clean, organized. As Marie Kondo says, surround yourself with everything that sparks joy and let go of, eliminate that which is in resistance to it, that which constipates it, that which causes misery. So, that's some good exercise every day. Allowing yourself, supporting yourself to keep your home ecstatically vibrant. Keep that energy moving, baby. Keep that life force flowing. Otherwise, we're dead. Not that there's such a thing as death, but, you know, do we want to thrive in these bodies, or would we settle for just degenerating in pain and suffering? Okay, so next up, drinking unfiltered city water and not drinking enough of the best quality living water. The greatest of which, of course, is spring water. The greatest of which, of course, is drinking it straight from a spring, of storing it in glass, at the very least spring water in 5-liter bottles of plastic, and then re-energizing that thing and making sure the plastic is like some good thick polycarbonate BPA free stuff. So, and having a good water filter that mimics Mother Nature, not some high-tech water filter that looks like it's come from some big factory and you have to plug it in and it's full of electricity, plastic, and who knows what metals of what quality. Get a good water filter and a good water revitalizer that mimics how nature does it. Simple. Because have you read, have you tasted, have you smelled what's in that city tap water? I thought it was bad in London. I thought it used to be bad in New York. Last time I went to New York City, the water everywhere smelled like a moldy, stinky, chlorine-y swimming pool. Out of every tap in the city that wasn't, even people who had filters, because they've changed the size of those chlorine particles to be hundreds of times smaller, so they fit through where the old chlorine filters used to pull them out. So you've got to watch out. You've got to be ahead of the game, which is easy to be ahead in the game when you remember who you truly are. Then you can't be outsmarted by some old, limbering, extinct, monstrous matrix system. Be in harmony with paradise. Is that what we're standing for? Or are we going to settle for less? Remember who you are, and who you are is worthy of living in, perpetuating, and co-creating paradise. Okay, so next up, what can disrupt our hormones? Irregular sleep schedules, sleep patterns, and the synthetic lights that promote it. The synthetic lights and the EMFs, electromagnetic fields that are out of harmony with organic, natural electromagnetic fields. All of life is electromagnetic fields. And the organic ones, the elemental ones, air, fire, water, and earth, plant, animal, human kingdom, have a certain harmonic resonance, a vibrational affinity. We have a vibrational affinity with nature. And almost all of the electronic devices that we have surrounded ourselves in and smothered ourselves with, whether it's our fridge or electric cars or the devices we carry around, or big culprit, these artificial eco-friendly light bulbs that are far from eco-friendly, far from eco-friendly, and are messing up people's hormones big time with their flicker rate that you can't even see. They are full of heavy metals. They're shining light through plastics. They're way worse than our old classic light bulbs. So be aware of how much you're blasting yourself with those LED lights, because they are disrupting things. Get as much natural daylight outside by the window as possible and reduce how much LED exposure you are getting. Candlelight, beeswax candlelight, Himalayan salt crystal lamps, and get some real bulbs for it. Find real bulbs. Don't settle for they're not legal in my country anymore. Like what? We're force feeding ourselves dysregulating light frequencies that are messing up our bodies and our health. And we're going to allow the government to tell us that that's the right thing to do, or big business? Don't think so. So, those lights, those unharmonic electromagnetic frequencies from all these devices, from the Wi-Fi and the towers, etc., are disrupting our melatonin, our cortisol. And so what is the solution? To decide, to commit, and to establish a regular sleep schedule. That's making sure all those LEDs are out of your face, ideally at least an hour before bed, if not 2. So stop staring at screens. Give yourself the gift of investing in real books read by candlelight or natural traditional light bulbs. Who would have thought we'd be calling them natural traditional light bulbs? For that last couple of hours before bed, invest in yourself 7 to 9 hours sleep. When you've mastered your energy, your health, and your well-being, you may require a lot less. And until then, support yourself with good sleep. All those late nights you've had, all that partying, make up for it. Figure out how many hours you've lost per year for X amount of years, and then make it up for the next few years with that much extra hours of sleep. And you'll go, oh wow, I made it up, and look how I feel how I feel, brand new. So let's be more deliberate about exposing ourselves to as much sunlight as possible. Natural sunlight, dappled sunlight, in your garden sunlight, not just full force sunlight off the water. All year round, sitting by the window. I'm not saying bake yourself into a crisp. I'm not saying overdo yourself. I'm not saying if you're feeling toxicity in your body, go and bake it in the sunshine. No. Support your body to be fresh and clean and vital first. and it will love the sunshine. Which also means go easy on those sunglasses, guys. Only wear sunglasses when it's an absolute emergency. The urge to wear sunglasses is because of how much acidity and toxicity we have inside our bodies that is reacting to the sunlight. The more natural and harmonious we support our bodies to be through our lifestyle choices and our food and our hydration, we will not feel the requirement of sunglasses at all. We've become habituated to them. Some people wear them all the time. When you're driving, you've got sunlight straight in your eyes at that angle, fine, wear some sunglasses. Wear them when it's an absolute emergency and they're useful. Otherwise, sunglasses off, because it's messing with the light spectrum. It's messing with your hormones, it's messing with your health. And it's allowing you to get sunburn, which you wouldn't get without the sunglasses. Because the sunglasses are telling your body that there's one thing going on when there's something very different going on. Because it's distorting the light. Okay, reduce your exposure to unnatural frequencies. Turn that Wi-Fi off at night and all the rest of it. Don't sleep with your head next to a bunch of plugs, alarm clocks. Get all that stuff out your bedroom. You're doing yourself a great favor and allowing yourself to have a really restful, regenerative night of sleep. And of course, electromagnetically ground yourself with a grounding mat. And last up, accumulative toxic load, also known as no regular regenerative cleansing practice. So, popping, acidifying substances that seem to provide short-term relief at the expense of your medium and long-term painful and ever more excruciatingly painful degeneration. What am I talking about? Things like coffee, alcohol. Sure, enjoy your coffee. Enjoy the highest quality coffee you can. If you're going to have alcohol, enjoy the highest quality alcohol you can with all those wild plant foods in there. Drink tinctures like they're alcohol. With discretion, with wise guidance and discernment. If you're going to have alcohol, have the best organic. If you're going to have anything, have the best organic. If you're going to have the best of anything, it's going to be the one without the chemicals, right? If you're going to have coffee, have the highest quality, organic, non-acidified. You know the score. And if you're going to have coffee, have all of your adaptogens, all your wild foods with your coffee to amp that thing up. And maybe swap that coffee out for a bit of cacao once in a while. Some real cacao, not some mass-produced cacao. Okay. So, also in this category of accumulative toxic load is synthetic chemical medications. Over the counter. Just popping in chemicals whenever we feel like it or whenever we're in pain for short-term relief, causing ourselves more medium to long-term suffering. That includes hormonal contraceptives. Yep, mainly talking to the ladies here. Make a study. Speak to your sisters who've made the change and made the shift and made the transition and gone through the other side, because it does take a shift and transition. We become dependent on them. They mess up our hormones. When we come off them in the gap where our hormones are re-regulating, they'll be haywire unleashed. Skin stuff may get temporarily worse for a brief amount of time, but we have to re-regulate ourselves and purge ourselves of those highly disruptive, artificial, carcinogenic chemicals. So, relying on those type of things, on those synthetics, on that Rockefeller medicine men big business stuff, is not taking initiative and taking full responsibility for our well-being, which is our sovereign and divine right. No one else didn't do it for us. We didn't come here for men in white coats to make us feel better. Healer, heal thyself. Everyone here loves to feel better and loves everyone around them to feel better. So everyone is a healer. Healer, heal thyself. As Hippocrates said, physician, heal thyself. Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. So, make great progress with your wild food practice, with your herbal tea practice, and begin your study of alchemical regenerative cleansing. Deepen your study of paradise. Deepen your study of being fruitful. So, we have new journeys being unleashed continually from the School of Paradise, from Ice Day Gazdar and myself, Joel Gazdar. Stay in touch. Please, if you like this video, subscribe, share, and comment. Feel free to make suggestions on next videos. We have an endless stream coming. There'll be food videos coming up very soon, in the kitchen videos coming up. We have new alchemical regenerative cleansers launching soon, and the 88 Activate journey and the Plant Empowered Woman. Otherwise, we are here for you, making a stand for broadcasting and pumping out that paradise, tuning into it from the inside out and expressing it in our own unique ways, as we are all here to do. So sending everyone here so much love, alohas, and remembering who you are. Stay wild, stay wonderful, stay peaceful, and hugest hugs. Ciao for now.